What's up, guys? Let's talk about this team thing. I'm sitting outside waiting on a friend at a restaurant, and it strikes me so often how much free time I have. And I don't think about it because I'm used to it, but people bring it up. And that is purely because of a team. Like, all of my team, you guys watch these things. Huge shout out to you guys. It is so important when building your mastermind. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. Ask your questions as we go if you want to. It's so important when building your high-ticket mastermind that you totally figure out this team thing. That's super, super important. The team is what's going to set you free, and the team's going to help you scale, and the team's going to help you actually do something without getting bogged down in the middle of it. You have to have a dedicated team to launch a mastermind. No way around it. So if you don't have a team member, even somebody helping you, virtual administrator or something like that, it's super easy to find one. I know you're going to go through the blood, sweat, and tears of it, but if you're just starting out, get a team member, unless you have a lot of time to kill, because there's projects that take place that just, quite honestly, you should not be doing. Not because you're above them or better than them, but simply because you should be spending your time actually helping people change and helping people with your advice. You're the expert, right? Your people want to know what you're doing. They need to hear from you. And you spending time working on a CRM or posting in social or doing some sort of email sequence, those kind of things, just quite honestly is not the best use of your time. That's not why people are going to buy your mastermind. For those of you who already have teams, I know a lot of you do, and this is a pretty high level group here. For those of you who already have teams, it is a challenge, I get it, to shift your teams from whatever they're doing. Maybe you have a done-for-you service or your one-on-one consulting coaching. They're already running processes, they're already running things, and they're already busy. I get that. But it's so important. What's up, Craig? It's so important for us to sit down strategically and just take the time. For me, that's Friday mornings. Just take the time to look at your own business and figure out, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here? And where is the most important resource you have, your time and your team's time, being deployed? Now, if it's on things that you've just been doing that are busy work, cool, glad you started those things, but maybe it's time to shift. If you can identify, though, clearly, here's what it's going to take, the sequence it's going to take to find the right people and get them involved in our mastermind, your mastermind, that's the thing you got to focus on. If you're focused on anything other than finding the right leads and getting them involved in your mastermind, through real conversations, really finding out what's going on in your market, then honestly, you're on the wrong track, all right? Yep, building funnels, huge sequences, all the stuff, launches, all those things are great when it comes to low ticket, mid-tier offers, but when it comes to higher ticket offers, it's relationships, and it's done one-on-one. Yes, I have so many friends who sell high ticket through messengers, through, not bots, but through reaching out on message one-on-ones, through launch sequences, all that kind of thing, but it takes a little bit more time and maturity to do that. And the fastest way to start your first high-ticket mastermind is honestly direct outreach one-on-one, but that takes a team. Coming back to this team thing, I just want to break this down for a minute. I think the best way for each of you to do this is the way I started, and it's the way I still run it, is to have a dedicated team member who's just involved in looking for the right people for your mastermind and reaching out to them. That is so important. That is the main priority when you're building a business. You could be starting a restaurant, you could be selling cars, sitting here in a parking lot, whatever it is that you do. You gotta have somebody on your team who can help you reach out and contact the right people and start conversations. Some of them will turn out, some of them won't, the conversations. That's okay. Bottom line is, though, you can only grow as big as you are, and if you're spending all of your time reaching out and doing the outreach, you're not gonna have the space to actually scale and grow. Some people are gonna wanna talk to you, some people are not. Either way is fine. It's a numbers game. You've heard that over and over again, I know. We all wish there was a magic silver bullet, but there's not. It's relationships, and it's the number of relationships that you can have in a meaningful way. I'm not a fan of bots. We don't use bots. We use real interpersonal relationships to build all of our masterminds. We teach people how to do that every day because it just simply works. Have real relationships. I know it's so fun to have some automated machine. You'll get there. But if you're selling this thing for the first time, you're filling your first high-ticket mastermind, real relationships. Honestly, until you're probably 3 to 5 masterminds in, it's going to be hard to automate until you have a huge, really good lock on what you're doing with your direct outreach or intentional relationships. Now let's talk about that scale piece. Once you do start stepping up, yeah, you can start scaling, you can start branching out to different platforms and reaching out to people in a lot of different places, but ultimately, people buy high-ticket programs and high-ticket offers because of trust and a relationship. They actually have to get to know, like, and trust you. That's really real, and it's so important. So make sure that as you're growing and building, that you're doing the right things. Make sure you're using your team and make sure you're building real relationships. One more topic about team here. I know I'm breaking this up into little pieces, but I'm really trying to make this practical because this team is what set me free. It just is. My team is so awesome. We're really careful, and I'm the biggest defender as the entrepreneur. Most of you are going to be the biggest defender in your organizations for this. This shiny object syndrome that we all have, getting distracted, going to a conference, watching a webinar, doing something new and exciting. Those are cool things. They're going to distract your team. You're honestly the one who has to sit down and say, here's the strategic direction we're going in, and here's how I'm going to arrange my team's schedule. Here's the priorities. Here's the things we're going to get done this week, and letting a few other things fall by the wayside if need be. That's so critically important. You have to set that priority set. You have to set the structure. And it's so helpful when you can actually give your team like 2 or 3 max clear priorities of here's the 3 things I want you to do today, tomorrow, and the next day. Just 3 things. I want you to reach out to this many people. I want you to finish this project, and I want you to look into starting these relationships, whatever it is for you. But if you keep pinging them with all kinds of things, it's super distracting. It's like, I got 5 kids. So it's like my kids coming up and just constantly like, Daddy, can you do this? Daddy, can you do this? Can you do this? Like, I can't get anything done. No, one at a time. Let me finish one project at a time. You have to help your team do the same thing. You're in some way, like you're the 4-year-old in the house that you're building, and you're the one who creates most of the distraction. That's how it is being an entrepreneur. I get it. I do the same thing. But one of the biggest things I've had to learn over the years is really narrowing things down, simplifying, and helping my team actually do the right things. Hey, if I'm missing anybody's comments down here, super sorry. I'm just rattling on. Just want to make sure, though, that we are helping you guys get to the stuff that's most important. That's where this is at. All right. All the best to all of you. Reach out, ask questions in the comment thread here, or just at groupcoachnation.com. Like, you got this. If you already have an existing team, good for you. Way to go. If you don't get a team, then reach back out. Ultimately, though, it's so important to organize your team. Your team will make or break your success when it comes to building a mastermind. Yeah, there's some selling to be done, and hopefully you're good on a sales call. If you're not, we can help you with that. There's some market definition and figuring your offer. Yes, we can help you with that. But ultimately, no matter how much we work at crafting and creating an offer, no matter how well we do on a sales call, it comes down to execution. And that execution is only going to be able to scale with your team. So focus on the team. What's up, guys? Good to see everybody. Focus on getting that team right. Yeah, you got to be able to sell. Yeah, we can help you with that. Yeah, you got to have a good offer. Yes, you got to have the right market. All of those things are kind of mechanics, but you got to turn the machine on, and that's where the team comes in. Okay, all the best to all of you. Go out there, do the work, get the results. Ask your questions down here below. We'll help you out. Like, let's just point you in the right direction. Whatever your questions are, I promise you, they've been asked 1,000 times before in our community. We'll just point you in the right direction. All right, talk soon.